Don't talk to me anymore. Don't talk to me anymore. If you're an abuser, you'll keep talking to me.
I want you to leave me alone. You smell very badly. I can't.
Stop breaking me down with your words.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, it's me again.
Hey, Nick, how's it going?
Terrible after what you just told me. And I hung up the phone on
Okay, well,
purpose.
I know. All is well.
No, it's
Where's
not.
your mom? Where's your mom?
My mom, she walked away from the phone. I'm going to ask you one more time.
I'm right here.
You don't know the name of the Comanche Tippy Gang leader.
You said no.
I know Paul Geraci, and I know Colleen Westcheck. Paul and Colleen are the two that are in charge of the administration at the 2100 that do transportation funds.
Okay.
They were bouncing around the conversation about getting you a bus ticket or a train ticket to Nevada.
And
they called me.
And one thing I need to say about that is I have a contact with a residence in Reno right now.
Where?
And Nick, after me and you and your mom been on the phone for the past hour, and me and you talked for 25 or 30 minutes before that, do you think my position on sending you anywhere outside of Parma or Cuyahoga County has changed at all, sir?
All I have to say about that is I'm not under Cuyahoga County Parma's jurisdiction anymore because I've been off of probation since July.
Nick, you
Therefore, I, as a 37-year-old Ukrainian American, non-Mason outside the temple, part of the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church, trying to join Greek Orthodoxy, I'm free to go wherever I choose to at any time, right now.
And it's not in your best interest, and you're the only person that doesn't know that, Nick.
No, you're not going to play me stupid anymore, Two Braids.
It's not.
I'm not playing.
And you're being
stupid,
recorded.
Sir. I'm not being. I don't have a problem being recorded, and I'm not trying to disrespect you or mistreat you or play you in any way, shape,
Unfortunately,
or
you're playing me.
No, he's not.
I don't have a problem being recorded.
Whether this is what you believe from your own intellect, or this is what you're scripted to tell me.
Right.
He's telling you the truth.
Based off of wherever your ancestor from in Africa, not to be disrespectful. If you know.
I don't take any disrespect at that, Mr. Nick. I don't take any disrespect at that.
Okay.
I know what type of person you are. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you too, man. I'm just trying to keep you on the same page as me so we could go forward with this war.
Yeah, Nick. The thing is, I'm telling you, sir. I promise you, you might not understand it, but your mom has your best interest at heart.
I know, man, but I'm just trying to explain to you how she's been educated.
Right.
Is miseducation.
No, it's not.
I understand. That's what you think.
That's what I know.
I'm saying, I believe that that's not true, sir.
I agree. I respect your opinion, but I disagree with both of you based off of what you just said about why I was kicked out of 2100. Stanley was the one that was supposed to help me get the ticket, and he's the one that booted me for life.
No, Stanley couldn't help you get the ticket, sir. That's not Stan's job.
What I mean, you just explained to me who I was supposed to talk to, but from being a patient at 21 or when you clock in instead of getting paid there, what's it called? Waiting for housing, homeless. I was instructed by staff to talk to Stanley for that.
Yeah. Stan, that's not Stan's job. Sir.
Okay.
That's not Stan's.
All right, now he's relieved completely from my life.
When they had you talking to Stan, that was to figure out whether or not they were going to put you out the building, sir.
No, the first time I got educated, that 21 did the Greyhound tickets out of state. Was I forget who told me? I don't know if it was you or someone else, Nolan or someone else that said talk to Stan about it.
Nick,
They didn't tell me to
Nick,
go to the
Nick,
people that you
Nick.
just mentioned.
Right, the people I work with. I
Yeah.
know. That's what I'm saying.
Or else I would have
And
did that.
that's
I would have
right,
just called them.
right. Okay, I understand. I understand.
Now, why I got
You just a
kicked
little
out?
bit
Why I got
confused.
kicked out last time I was there? I escaped my
You just
mother's.
a
My
little bit
sister drove me to
confused, Nick. That's all.
2100. 20 minutes into it, I'm on the West Dock and I don't know if it was a Comanche or I don't know. I'm not going to judge a melanin bro like he's less than me. We're all equals in the eyes of God. But he's staring
Right,
at me very,
right,
very wickedly. That was causing me to feel
right,
like I was getting bound and cursed. So I had to get
right,
away from him. I walked my
right,
bicycle in the building and
right,
what's it called? Walk past security desk because I was going to go on the East
right,
Dock to lock my bike.
right,
And then Stan told
right,
me take my hood off. And I said, Stan,
right.
I'm halfway paralyzed on the left side of my body. Can you please just give me a second to lift my arm up to take my hood down? You know, I didn't know that it's policy at the desk that you're not allowed to wear your hood. The staff at the front desk don't say anything about it. They just let you walk in. Okay, and then I told Stanley, please, I won't leave the office. I won't leave the security desk. Just please give me a second to lift my hand up because it's almost physically impossible for me to do so at this point. And then he said, you know, the other bald dude, I forget his name, taller dude, light skin, you know, he started giving me attitude. Stan started giving me attitude like I was German. And then I said, Stan, you don't have to talk to me disrespectfully like that. I'm gonna comply with you. Just please give me a second to take my hood down. And then he said, well, you could leave. And then both of them got up like they were gonna grab me. So I was with my PTSD, I got a flashback of being jumped, and then I got on my bicycle in the building and rode out the building while they were chasing me. That's why they banned me for life.
All right, I heard about that. I didn't know that was you.
Yeah, that was me.
All right, I heard
And then I
about
had
that.
to force with my paralysis I'm dealing with my whole left side of my body due to what I would say is a microchip or whatever's going on and not getting the medication I need. What's it called? I had to force ride my bike with a flat tire all the way down St. Clair, all the way to Superior and East 82nd to 84th, where my body locked up on the side of the road and I was laid out on the side of the road for about 3 hours. And I filmed it, put it
So,
online because of
so how do
who was
you?
harassing me, stopping their cars in the middle of the
So
road, staring at
how do
me,
you
pulling
think?
on the side streets and all that stuff.
How do you think? How do you think you were able? If you couldn't take your hood down, how were you able to get on the bike and ride through the hallways at the shelter?
It was fight or flight kicked in. And then in fight or flight, it's either all or nothing. And
Oh, okay, the
to this
adrenaline.
day, I'm still permanently damaged from that situation physically, and it affects my psychological health. I can't ride a bike anymore, is what I'm telling you. I cannot.
The adrenaline kicked in, and then you were able to ride the bike. But until the adrenaline kicked in, you weren't able to take your hood off.
Yes, when I was just being in normal mode, everything, I physically couldn't lift my arm up. In my recovery mode, my defense mode, because I'm not an aggressor. I don't attack people. I don't bully people. I don't beat people up. If somebody comes at me and swings on me or a friend, I naturally, instinctively defend myself. Verbally
Right.
or physically. And that's what I happened. That dude was there talking very
Well,
wickedly to me. And then
Nick,
they both
listen,
got up like they were
Nick,
going to grab me
listen,
and drag me out the building. And I, fight or flight,
Nick,
rode out.
Nick,
Yeah.
Nick, listen. You're homeless, okay? You're almost 40 years old, and you're unemployed, and you're homeless. And your parents are trying to make sure that you're not in the streets and trying to get you the help that you need to get some treatment, counseling, and connected with services and benefits you're eligible for so you can have an income and find safe, stable, affordable, appropriate housing accommodations. Because the way these conversations are going, you're not going to be able to live with them too much longer.
No, I was trying to leave in November. I should have never came back to this house.
Nick, you can't, there's nowhere in Cleveland or anywhere else you can be. You understand, Cleveland is the only place really in America where they have appropriate accommodations for homeless people. They don't have shelters like this in LA. They don't have shelters like this in New York. You know why? Because when they have 1,000 shelter opportunity in LA and New York, those beds are already filled up.
Right.
So you're not going to be able to come from Cleveland and go to get a bed in a shelter in LA or Nevada or Las Vegas or anything like that. Those places are full.
Right.
So when strangers come from out of town and talk about they need a bed, guess what happens? Guess, Nick.
They get accommodated, or they don't get
No, they don't.
accommodated. You saying out of
They
Cleveland?
don't. Huh?
You saying out of Cleveland?
Out of Cleveland,
They
there
be
is
on
no
the streets
such thing.
still.
They'll be on the streets. And on the streets, someone will hurt you, Nick.
That's where it's debatable.
No, Nick, it's not debatable. I understand you're a physically fit, 150, 160-pound man. I get all of that. And you're not
40.
soft. You said what?
I'm about 135, 40. I could push for a
Okay, see,
flyweight.
I thought you were about 15 or 20 pounds heavier.
No,
So
no.
you're a light.
I could push
you're a
lightweight.
lightweight.
I could push lightweight.
But what I'm saying, Nick, is somebody will really, you might be vulnerable in another situation. You go to a big city, like Reno is a big city. Vegas is a big city.
Yeah.
LA, Houston, Dallas, those are big cities. There's only about 500,000 people in Cleveland and Parma and Westlake and whatnot.
Right.
It's 500,000 homeless people in them other cities.
Yeah.
These cities are like 5-10 million people. Someone will do something bad to you, Nick.
I guarantee you, with my respect on the streets of Detroit and Cleveland, and who I know, who knows me, that wherever I go, anywhere in the United States, whoever passes by me is monitored.
Bro,
or an actor.
Detroit and Cleveland are the same. I apologize, I misspoke. Yeah, you can go to Detroit. Detroit is like a big Cleveland.
Yeah, no, we're
It's
mini
like,
D.
Yep, it's like a bigger version of Cleveland.
Yep.
So yeah, you can go to Detroit and get a bed in the shelter in the dead of winter. Yeah, you can go to Detroit.
Can I tell you something
Chicago,
about that?
no.
My experience.
I'm listening.
When I was there in 2019, aside from the Detroit Rescue Mission, where I met this agent, what's it called? Right across the street was the Neighborhood Service Organization. It's like
right.
What's it called?
Yep.
In order to when you check yourself into the NSO on 3rd Street in Jefferson by the Jeffrey Projects.
Right.
What's it called?
Yep, I'm very familiar with it,
men or women, it doesn't matter what age, literally had to sleep in a fold-out chair. Like the ones in the cafeteria at 2100. The metal ones, the fold-out chairs, you had to sleep in the chair.
It's a cot, sorry.
No cots.
It's a cot.
No cots. The only time you're allowed to lay on the floor is if you had a medical documentation, you had a physical issue from a medical doctor. That's the only time.
Oh, you
men
mean
and women had to
if
sit
they
in
ain't
chairs.
got no beds or no mats, yeah, you gotta sit up in the chair, yeah.
It was people had swollen legs, women had swollen legs, all types of health problems. And then after I was there, they somehow got funding and moved the NSO to the east side on Gratiot, right across from another shelter known as Operation Get Down, which is a Detroit shelter. And Operation Get Down, after NSO moved across the street with their new funded shelter without chairs, closed down.
Right.
For the record.
Nick, I need for you to think about the things that we've talked about and think about letting your mom and your family help you.
I have no choice at this point, not to cut you off. I have no choice.
Right.
Because there's no due process laws in the state of Ohio with forced civil commitment.
Okay. All right. So be nice to your mom and your dad. Don't argue. Don't get in no disagreements. If you have any problems, questions, or concerns, you give me a call, and we'll try to work through it and try not to be difficult and and confrontational with your mother and your father.
Right.
Okay?
Of
They're only
course,
trying
yeah.
to
The
help.
police last time I were here said that if I talk to my father and my mother, it gets escalated. It'd start recording.
Okay?
That way, it's not them putting stuff on on a warrant statement or calling the police, bad mouthing me. You could hear it for what it is.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay?
With that stated, what's it called? If I could make it out to Reno somehow, because I can't get funded through 21, what's it called? I have an address I could go to right now. I met someone. He said he has a friend that stays in Reno. Is one of his best friends, and if I go out there, call him, he'll let me stay with him. And what's it called? He'll direct me to resources in Reno. What's it called?
That's not but that's the difference between the way your mind thinks and the way your mom and my mind thinks and the way the mind of the people at the Downtown Cleveland Alliance, the Northeast Ohio Coalition for the Homeless, and Lutheran Metropolitan Ministries 2100 Men Shelter. That's the difference, because you're the only one that thinks that's a good idea, Nick.
No, that's what I need to do to survive. And that's it.
Nick, as you notice, I said you are the only one that thinks that is a good idea. Not NEOC, not 2100, not Downtown Cleveland Alliance. No one but you thinks that's a good idea, Nick. You're the only one.
With that said, how much of those individuals in those organizations in the city of Cleveland are, one, a part of the microchipping program and non-consensually microchip people, two, uneducated about radio frequency detection, scanning, and the microchip programs of the NSA, CIA, and NATO, UN?
Nick, you're the only one that thinks that's a good idea, Nick.
That's all I got to say.
And I appreciate you, sir.
Likewise. The final thing I just want to say again is, if you can answer my question, you don't know the name of the Tippy gang leader Comanche who drives a black Chevy Tahoe last time I saw him on Broadway neighborhood in 2021.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, you have no idea who I'm talking about.
Not off the top of my head. No, I don't, sir. I don't have any recollection.
If by chance you get educated on who I'm speaking about, if you're not lying to me, and this is being recorded, what's it called? Please contact my mother or my number. I will give you my mother's number. I'll give her yours. And what's it called? Let me know his identity, because I need a restraining order on this individual, and I need to develop a lawsuit for serious abuses upon my international family I never met.
Please give your mom my number.
Okay.
Okay? Let her know she can call me anytime.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon. You're welcome, brother.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
One more thing, if you don't hang up.
Yep. I didn't hang up.
If I make it out to Reno, I get scanned before they detain me, or they force me in a year-long incarceration and I'm force injected and I could still think and I survive without a heart attack in my sleep, and I make it to Reno, find out that I am non-consensually microchip implanted and I test positive and get it documented, you're one of the first people I'll call and text you the documentation proving what I'm saying.
I'd appreciate that, sir. I look forward to
wherever I'm at in the world.
All right. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. I'll talk to you soon, brother. Be safe. Be well.
You as
Call me
well,
if
bro.
you need
Take
me.
care.
All right. All right, bro. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.